The Chief Executive Officer of the National Disaster Management Agency, Russel Dlamini, says the agency, or rather the organization, has temporarily suspended the food distribution exercise in order to assess if there is still need to offer relief to previously drought-stricken areas in the country. We report.
The past 2 years have been a very difficult period for the Swazi nation as far as agricultural activities are concerned. This follows the drought experienced not only by Swaziland but by most countries in the SADC region. However, recent climatic conditions have proven favorable to most farmers in the country as a bountiful harvest has been realized by many. Russel Dlamini, Chief Executive Officer of the National Disaster Management Agency, says his organization has had to hold back its food distribution exercises to previously affected areas in order to analyze if the need for such an intervention still exists.
We are just about to conclude an assessment that we're doing around the country. The assessment is multi-sectoral. We're looking at all sectors on food, on water, and on health. Looking at the current status, and the purpose of that is to really evaluate what the status is with regards to the suffering that we incurred previously because of the drought. Now, we also understand that some areas will continue to need food and water assistance, whilst others will not need food and water assistance. And so we want to specifically identify those areas and the households that are going to need our assistance, so that then we can send an appeal to have more resources. And so our warehouse right now is currently empty, which means we do not have the resources in kind or in cash to be able to provide food and water assistance. But we are hopeful that we're going to have the resources to do so, especially once we know who and how many people will need that assistance going forward.
Dlamini also expressed his concern, saying Swazis should not adopt a dependability syndrome, as there were many ways that Swazis could adopt to earn a decent living.
As NTMA, we emphasize and we do not encourage that people should be dependent on NDMA, the government, or any development agency or humanitarian agency to be dependent on them. We encourage people that yes, there are those who may need assistance, but we encourage people to work hard to grow their own food, grow food that is relevant, that can actually grow suitable for their area, so that they can feed themselves.
While it is true that many have realized a good harvest this season, it is also true that there are many Swazis who were hardest hit by the drought and have not yet recovered. This group of people will, of course, still count on the intervention of the National Disaster Management Agency for relief. Reporting for Swazi TV News, I'm John Perez and Smuva Shongwe in Mbabane.